Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mike Espo. And I have this little car. This car was in many a Mad Max scenes. And then it was in a junkyard scene. And I'm going to do a Wednesday's Wastelands vehicle. So these are the parts I will be using. We'll go over those parts in a minute. You figure the year is 21,033. And I'm doing something a little different here. This vehicle won't have any weapons on it. This is going to be more like the Jeep for the MASH unit in 2133. So if you take this car, the way it comes stock was like that. There you go. That's how it was. It's been beaten up. It's been in a junkyard. It's been in a Mad Max movie. So what I like to do is take it and turn it upside down. And believe it or not, it still fits. The casting still fits fine. And it gives me a little height in the back. And it gives the vehicle a little height. So we're going to use the chassis totally upside down. So this car is going to be built with just supplies to go out and pick up wounded men, dead body. Okay, so I always have a glove on, and I do use safety glasses. Let's start with opening the back window just a touch. Same with the windshield. Let's get rid of the door. Just want to check on how that's filming. That's about right. Let's work on getting rid of the door. Well, there's the door. It's gone. The rear window. Okay, now we're going to be using some JB Weld. I used a 3127 PSI, and this one dries in 6 minutes. The initial dry. Then it takes about 6 hours to really dry. So we're going to start by welding the chassis to the body, and we're going to do that by doing it upside down. Just like that. So now it has a high boy look. Okay, so that's the stretcher that sits on the right side of the vehicle to pick up the bodies and bring the bodies back to the mash unit. And this is all from the tin of a pie tin. And this is also going to be made from the pie tin. This will be covering the back window, like so, and giving more room for supplies to be on top of the vehicle. So we're just stretching the top of the vehicle more. And that's why I opened the back window. Okay, so the tin work and the body work will be crude looking. This is not supposed to be something that looks great. This is supposed to be crude in the battlefield, and it's going out to pick up people. So that's the top will be stretched out more. I'm waiting for it to dry. I have some screens for the windows. I have some metal from a pie crust can, and you can see all the little pieces I gathered. Okay, so let me get some of the extra gas cans together that will be on the top of the vehicle. So I put these two lifts on it, like a crane, come along, so that you can lift the body or bodies easier and get them into the gurney here. So I started with some oil tanks on top and spare rims. And this will be the side that has some defense on the wheels, because this side will be where the bodies will be carried, as you can see. I can only do this couple steps at a time and let it dry, but that's what I'm up to so far. So while the vehicle is drying, guys, I'll show you I did print out some Red Cross signs, and I do have some small American flags, and I also have the American flag for the background. And I like to use the super glue gel in some areas. There's a little tire. I'll be using this for one Red Cross flag and one American flag. And then I'll be covering up this window with some black netting. So let me get to work on the flags while this dries. And here we have a hood of a car from a different car, 1/64 scale also. We're going to make a shelf with that right here. And this is a part right here in my hand that's going to lift the rear of the car if we have to do any fast-moving U-turns. So everything has a reason and everything has a purpose. So this is what I'm up to so far, guys. I need a little black shoe polish to tone it down. Every piece has an explanation to it. Every piece has a purpose. And we'll get to that in a little while. If you stayed this long, I hope you stick around for what does what. So the vehicle is complete. This is how much JB Weld, how many mixes I used, how many flags I cut out, how many Red Cross MASH unit signs I cut out. And there it is there. It will, I have to tone it down a little bit and let it dry. And let me get to that. Okay, guys, if you're still with me watching this video, let me go over this vehicle with you part by part before I just put it on the turntable spinning around. This vehicle has no weapons on it at all. In the future, there will have to be a vehicle that goes and picks up the wounded men and women who are soldiers and brings them back to the MASH unit. Nothing will change. You will still have to have vehicles that do it. And this is my vehicle in front of you that you see that I've made. So let's just go over it, starting with the door. There is no door on this vehicle on this side. Right here, you see, is a gurney. And the gurney is protected by screenery so that when the men jump out of this car, pick up the bodies that are injured and bleeding, they put them on this gurney here. 2 men could fit there, and a man could fit in the back of the vehicle here. MASH signs are all over this Red Cross signs, so that the enemy does know not to shoot upon this, and the American flag also flies from the vehicle. Right here you have lifts. These 2 lifts are like small cranes. And you see the wires that hang from them. That's if the men need help lifting more than 1 man, injured man, onto the gurney. So this vehicle is also allowed to carry as much gas as it possibly can. This gas that you see here, there's a gas can here, and a gas can here. Then we have extra gas cans on the opposite side. All these gas cans are fuel for this vehicle. This is not for refueling other vehicles. You'll see more Red Cross flags identifying this vehicle at all times. Now, since this door is sealed up, you cannot get out of this door. This is the only side that has some type of a weapon against a possible enemy vehicle next to it. And what they can do is go up against the vehicle and use these spikes on each wheel to push the vehicle away or charge at the vehicle only from the side. There's a skull on top that's just to looking tough. This here on top is an air intake into the V8. And these 2 pipes here are the exhaust. One here and one here with the flag around it. More gas cans on top holding fuel, some supplies, a Red Cross flag. So right there you got a really good shot of the lifts. These are the lifts, and these are the cables that help lift the bodies up. Okay, right here in the front, You see this? This wheel, and one is in the rear. This wheel. These work off of PTOs, which is a power takeoff unit. Many of my trucks have PTOs on them to operate other machinery. So what is this for? So in the dirt or the sand, this vehicle should get stuck. This works off the PTO, power takeoff unit. And this unit will come down into the dirt, into the sand, and spin the vehicle out. That's for the front. And then in the back, there is another one. Same thing. Works off of the PTO, power takeoff unit. And this part of the vehicle will go into the sand, into the dirt, and spin the vehicle out. That right there is my MASH unit for the future. I like to see other guys build a MASH unit also. And if you look way in here, way inside, well, that's another area where another man could be laying down also on a gurney. So it's a very quick car. It goes in the battlefield and comes out of the battlefield very fast, does its job. It's identified by the American flag right here on both sides and by many MASH unit flags also, Red Cross flags that will not be fired upon. There you have it, my Wasteland Wednesday vehicle. The windshield is protected also by black netting, as well as the side door that does not open. And there's an American flag there. And more Red Cross flags right up on top. So everything is covered. This vehicle will not be fired upon. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me give it a couple spins around. So going forward, for Wasteland Wednesdays, you guys know who you are to build these man-mac type vehicles. I'd like to see you build a MASH unit vehicle that goes out and recovers wounded, injured men. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below. I will get back to you. Have a great Thanksgiving with your families and enjoy. Till next time, Mike Espo, and God bless.